guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Shakir Sean. I'm back for another video, and welcome back to another episode of hashtag I Said What I Said. This is where I share my uncensored, unfiltered, and unapologetic thoughts and opinions on things that matter to me. Now, in case you don't know it, I'm a life and dating coach and the author of 3 books, The Dating Game, Breaking the Man Code, and Getting Unstuck. I'll be sure to link all 3 of my books below. You can get them all on Amazon, Kindle, and Barnes & Noble. But anyway, in addition to the books that I've written, I also host an annual retreat, which has been postponed because you guys know what's going on with the world right now. But hopefully, as soon as things feel more comfortable, I will be back to hosting my annual women's retreat. But in this video today, I want to talk about something that I feel like is really becoming prevalent in the dating world, and that is the whole idea of men not just wanting to go Dutch, but them wanting you, the woman, to pay for it. We're going to talk about that. Is that something that you should expect when you're being asked out? Is it expected that if a man asks you out, that it's an assumption being made that he is going to pay for it? We're going to discuss all that and more in today's video. So the catalyst for today's video was a video that I saw on Instagram posted by Lala Milan. She is this hilariously funny social media star, and she was talking about some of her dating experiences. I'm actually going to post her video in just a minute, but we're going to watch the video and then I'm going to give my commentary, and I'm going to also give some feedback on another story that is similar to hers. That's why I really feel like it's becoming more and more popular, where men are getting women out on dates and then all of a sudden surprising them with the bill. We got to talk about it, okay? But anyway, here is Lala's video.
Okay, y'all, so look, y'all know I'm not one to tell my business on social media, right? Because I can't stand that. But there's an exception to every rule. First of all, I want to say dating, when it comes to that, 1 star, horrible, would not recommend, period. Okay? Because this is different nowadays. So let me tell y'all what happened. I was, talking to this dude, texting, whatever, however, FaceTiming every now and again. He was in another city, okay? And I'm here in LA. So finally, he's like, I'm about to come into town, whatever. So I'm like, all right, cool. So we got a mutual friend, and I ain't gonna lie, he probably watching this. If you are, you was wrong. Anyway, so we talking about food, everything like that. Everybody in the group, we chilling, but he showing me all the pictures of food on his stories, and he's like, I'm a real foodie. I'm like, oh, this about to be taking me out to freaking banging restaurants. I'm about to, expand my palate on some rich stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm thinking, okay. So next thing you know, he like, oh, well, first of all, I said, I'm hungry. Hello, like, let's go get some food, Mr. Foodie. And he was like, all right, cool, yeah. So let's go to Berry's. Now, if y'all been to LA, y'all know that Berry's is this place that got this fire bomb lobster infused pizza. It's everything. And it ain't cheap either, okay? So we pulling up to Berry's. I drive my car, all electric or whatever. And he driving his car. He with his people. I got my homegirl in the car. So we pull up. It's pouring outside, And I'm not going to lie. I should have known that some BS was about to go down when he was like, Law, come up to the window real quick so we could go ahead and get this pizza. Because a real man or a gentleman would have been like, what do you want? And then brought it to the car. But I'm like, okay, cool. Maybe he want to see me because I'm about to go home or something. I'm like overlooking that. So we get up to the window. He's talking to his people. And, I was like, okay, let me go ahead and get my order then. I'm the type of person, you take me somewhere. Mind you, COVID going on. Ain't nobody sitting down. So we ordering to go. We pull up somewhere, I'm expecting to pay for my portion. I never expect nobody to do nothing for me. You might be like, no, you tripping. But honey, I have my own, so I'm good. Go up to the window, and I'm like, hey, I like to go ahead and get the lobster pizza. Now, there's 2 sizes, okay? There's a 12-inch, and there is a 20-inch. I go ahead and get the 12. That's a whole pizza. It's still a lot, So I get mine, and he was like, he said, wait. He come up, he interrupted, he was like, like, you ain't put mine on there. I'm like, okay, cool. So at this point, I'm thinking he about to go ahead and pay for my food. That's why he's saying, like, you ain't get mine, right? So he comes up and he go ahead and order his 20-inch. He got a manly appetite. You know what I'm saying? but he ain't got manly ways. And here's why. He go ahead and get his pizza, and then he turn around and start talking to his people again. And I'm like, wait a minute. You just ordered pizza on my tab and you not a... So, honey, here I am at the front, honey, digging in my bag like this. Oh, my bank card. Waiting for the man to turn around. Waiting for him to be like, oh, wait, no, I got it. So I'm still digging. I'm looking at this man. Y'all, do y'all know he never turned back around to pay? So I said, you know what? It ain't tricking if you got it. Big baller status over here. I go ahead and pay for it. Y'all, the tab for 2 pizzas, okay, came out to $87. Now, I'd have been cool if I'd have just paid for my own, $35. But, all right, cool. It done got me. Boom. Oh, I done got. You know what I'm saying? So then I turn around, after I get the receipt from the dude, whatever, and all of a sudden he realizes I'm there and he starts talking. So I'm thinking in my head the whole time as he's talking, like, this really gonna act like I didn't just pay for his food? Like, are you dumb? So, okay. And y'all, not to mention this, they had the nerve to say, dang, I should have got some dessert. Where? So anyways, all right. We end up going our separate ways, whatever. I get to my house, and I was like, dang, like, I really just got. And for me, I'm not gonna lie, it was more of the principle, okay? I wasn't sweating the money, but I was just like, dang, and then a dude really just came up behind me, put his food on my tab, and then let me pay for it, and I done got bamboozled, okay? So, I get a text message, y'all. This text me and said, y'all, guess what he said? He said, dang, that pizza was banging. Yeah, I bet it was. Free food always bangs. Like, what are we even talking about? Y'all, I was pissed. I didn't even respond. So, here's the kicker. The next day, me and my homegirl, we out riding again, you know what I'm saying? He calls her phone and he was like, what y'all doing? And she was like, oh, we about to go get some food. He told her, oh, can you pick me up a plate? I said, no. I immediately got PTSD and flashbacks. I said, what we not gonna do is repeat this again. I'm the type of person, in the moment, I don't be thinking, or I don't think. But afterwards, I be mad and wish I did something. So, honey, I couldn't take it. I sent that man a voice memo and I said, it's so crazy to me that you really let me pay for your food. I said it just like that. And then he was like, he texted back and he was like, dang, that's crazy. I guess I owe you some food. Sheesh. Owe me some food? You ain't EBT? You ain't gotta cover my food. I just want you to realize that you were bugging for having me pay for yours. You bum. So anyways, he was like, I didn't say nothing back because at this point I'm like, wow, like he really, like he think that's okay. So then he goes on to say, what's your cash app? Nah, don't try to give me the money now. But of course I sent my cash app because I needs my coins, okay? I don't care if it was $2. I want my $2 back. So anyways, after that, I sent him my cash app. No, I told him, he said, how much was it? And I was like, it's not even the amount. I said, for me, it's just the fact that you really came and put your order on my tab and let me pay for it. And he sent over $100 and he said, sent. I said, thanks. I went and unfollowed him, but he probably following me. He probably looking at this thinking I'm tripping. But I just had to tell this story because I thought about it when I went to go get some more pizza. And now the pizza don't even taste as good as it used to no more because it tastes like getting played.
All right, so as I told you guys, that is Lala's story. Now, there's a couple of things that I want to point out from her video that I think are really important. And I'm not trying to let the guy who she went out with off of the hook at all. I'm not trying to do that. However, I do want to say this. Perhaps he didn't even think that it was a date. She said throughout the video that she did show up with her homegirl and he showed up with his friends. Now, they may have liked each other, but it didn't seem like a date. A date is one-on-one. A date is two people. And it sounded like it might have been like five or six, like they were in a group. Now, he was dead wrong for assuming that she would pay for his food, or just like not even asking her, but just like, expecting her to pay for his food. But I'm not sure that it was a date. Therefore, the standard date rules don't necessarily apply. Nothing about the way that this was handled really felt like a date, or felt like date rules should apply. First of all, the whole idea of him requesting that she get out of her car in the rain, like, see, you got to have standards right from the beginning. Like, I'm not trying to judge her, but because I'm a dating coach and I talk to so many women, I want to make this sort of a cautionary tale. She used it as a cautionary tale, and I'm using it the same way. Whatever you accept is what people feel like you deserve. If you want to be treated ladylike, this is when you say, I would say personally, honey, sugar melts. I'm not getting outside in that rain. I'll text you my order. I'll call you my order. Let me know what the menu looks like, but I'm not trying to get out in that rain. Like, you see how I'm dressed? I'm not the maybe it's the age and the stage that I am in my life. That's what I would have said, to let him know from the beginning, honey, sugar melts. I'm not trying to get out in that rain. What kind of woman do you think I am to get out in this rain with you? Sir, no. But that's how you set standards right away. Now, when he asked for, to add this food to the bill or whatever, I would have been fine with it, because like Lala, I also would have assumed if you're adding stuff to my order, that must mean that you're paying for it, because we don't even know each other well enough for you to be making these kinds of assumptions. So, I would have been fine with it, just like she was, until, the bill came and he showed no interest in finding out how much was it. He wasn't handing me a crisp $100 bill. He showed no interest. The only time he was interested in saying anything was when he wanted to place his order. And it's like, oh no. And then when she found out what the bill was, another thing is that she said she'd never expect anybody to pay for her. If you want a man to do certain things, you have to expect a man to do certain things. If you want the kind of man who is chivalrous, then you should sort of put yourself in a position where you can demand chivalry. You're not getting out of a car in the rain to go up there and place an order. When he said his order, I would have said, hey babe, sorry to interrupt you, but she says it's $50. That's what I would have said. I would have screamed over to him and put him on blast in front of his friends. Oh, I'm sorry, but she's saying that it's $80. How do you want to take care of it? No, what we're not going to do is cover his bill and yours. Or I would have said, I'm sorry, make two separate checks. Because you're being set up. And I feel like he knew what he was doing. He was trying her. He was trying to see how much he could get for so little. And he got what he wanted out of her at the time. And that is evidenced by the fact that he tried the same stunt again when she was with her homegirl, and he called and they said they were going out to eat, and he says, bring me back a plate. Like, he was still testing her. And he would have continued to get all the free meals that he could possibly stand as long as she was willing. He wanted to see how desperate she was. He was trying her from the very beginning. And that's why I wanted to make this video, because I definitely wanted to be a cautionary tale. Don't let somebody try you. If you don't like something that you see right away, nip it in the bud right then and there, so that they know, I'm not the one to try this on. I'm not going to be easy. You're going to have to actually up your standards and up your game to be with a woman like me. No, I'm not getting out in the rain. That's not the kind of woman that I am. No, I'm not paying for my food, for your food and my food. That's not the kind of woman I am. Set your standards right away, or they will try you and try you and try you. I'm happy that she was able to get her money back, even though he sounded a slightly reluctant and acting all shocked that she would want her money back. Why wouldn't she want her money back? We're not friends. Like, what would make you think that I want to continue to pay for your food? You think I want a male's companionship that much that I will pay for it? And sadly, so many women will. They want to be out with a man so badly that they'll pay for dates. If you want a situation where you have a man who is traditional and who loves to take care of his woman and who wants to pamper the woman that he's with, who wants to pay for dates, what you accept is what they feel that you deserve. So set your standards right away, or they will try you and try you and try you. That's what I got from this particular situation. Never let a man try to make you feel bad or make you feel guilty or like you're less than if you want a traditional relationship. A relationship where the man takes care of the bills and the wife is at home, if that's what you want. Or if you want a relationship where the husband takes care of all the bills and he's like, you do whatever you want with your money. Whatever you want in a relationship, that's okay. That's your standard. You don't need a man to tell you what you as a woman want and don't want. You set your own standards. There is a pot for every lid. There is a man out there who is fine with whatever arrangement it is that you want. If you want 50-50, there's plenty of them out there. If you want the man taking care of everything, that's plenty of them out there. If you want to stay home and have him work, it's whatever you want to do. There is a pot for every lid. You don't need nobody's dusty son trying to tell you what your standards are. Those are standards that you set. I think it's hilarious to me that so many men out there are trying to tell us women the definition of feminism. You consider yourself a feminist, or you are all about female empowerment and all about female independence or what a woman can do, but you still are at home and being kept, then that's fine. It's like, don't get caught up on these definitions and get caught up on how other people are defining it. But there's another story that I saw. It was a story time that I thought was really interesting that I want to share. So there's this woman, she matches with this guy on one of these dating apps, and they decide to do this spontaneous date. She said that she's in athletic gear, and he says, that's fine. I'm going to be dressed casual too. And let's just get up together and get some coffee. So they meet at a mutual place. They go for a little bit of a walk. This woman has already eaten, so she wasn't hungry or anything. That's why she agreed to the coffee date. And he's like, let's just go over here instead. And so he wants to go to a bar. So the girl is like, I'm not really dressed for a bar or anything like that, but he convinces her to go in. So the bar, of course, has food. And he's like, I know you said that you're not hungry, but I am starving. So he orders this big plate of food. And then he's like, you know what? I don't really like eating alone. Can you order at least a little bit of something so that I don't have to eat alone? And reluctantly, because she's already eaten and doesn't feel comfortable in this environment, she's like, okay. So she orders food also. So because she's not hungry, she's not really eating it. So he kills his food. He eats it practically in one bite. And then he's like, are you going to eat that? And she's like, I guess not. He starts picking on her food. So he's eating his food and her food. And then when the bill comes, he says, oh my goodness, I can't believe that I forgot my wallet. And she's like, you cannot be serious. Like, she feels like it was a setup from the beginning, so she's upset. She pays for both the plates, and then she leaves, never expecting to hear from him again. She's not going to go out on another date with him. But this brother calls her and is like, do you want to go out again? And she's like, no. Like, why would I want to go out with you? You tricked me into going out to a restaurant. You made me pay for my food and your food. Absolutely not. So, he's like, okay. Well, then how much is it? And she tells him, I think she might have said that it was like $60. So he sends her $80. And he's like, okay, I sent the money. So do you want to go out on a second date again? And she's like, still, no. And he's like, what? You asked me, you said you complaining about me not paying for the food. I paid for the food. Now you still don't want to go? And then he's like, well, then I sent you more money than you were supposed to get. So can you send me the $20 back? Bruh. She was like, absolutely not. Like, no, I'm not sending you anything back. So as you guys see, this is becoming something that's very common with guys asking women out on dates, and the women just assuming and expecting that because you asked me out, because you picked the place, that you're going to pay for it. And then the guy throws a curveball right when the bill comes and is like all of a sudden expecting her to pay for it or her to pay for everything. They're trying to use feminism against you, trying to make you feel like you're independent, right? You're a boss chick. You listen to City Girls, don't you? And it make you feel like, okay, well, I got to prove myself, so I'm going to pay for both of these plates. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. You pay for your own food. This is when you say, I'm sorry, waitress, but can you please split this bill and it's two separate checks. Don't let somebody con you into paying for them and con you into a masculine role that you're not interested in. This is when you set the standards from the very beginning. So many women say they want a gentleman. They want an old-fashioned traditional relationship, but then they do too many new school things. So he doesn't know what kind of woman you are. You can tell him, look, I'm sorry, but I'm an old-fashioned girl. I believe that if a guy asks a girl out, that he's going to pay for it. So when he asks you out on a second date, you tell him, no, I don't think so. I don't think that we want the same things. You tell him the truth. You tell him the truth. See, a man wants a woman that's out of his league, but he doesn't want to have to do the work to get that woman. And feminism is their ticket to be able to do that. If they can con you into thinking that you have to prove it to them that you're worthy, then they can get any woman that they want. No, not every woman is obtainable to every man. Some women have standards and requirements. And I feel like feminism is doing more for men than it's doing for women because they're using it against women to make you feel that you have to prove it. You say you're independent, right? Well, open the door for yourself. You say you're independent, right? Well, then pay for your own meal. Like, don't let them use it against you and make you settle for a relationship that you do not want. All right, that is it for today's video. I hope that you guys have enjoyed it. I would love to hear you guys weigh in on this very interesting and slightly controversial topic. Do you feel like Lala, when you go out on a date with a guy, do you not expect for them to pay? Or do you expect if he asked you out, if he picked the spot, you know what I'm saying, that he should have to pay for it? You know, do you feel like, hey, I have my own money, I don't need a man to pay for it? Like, what do you think? What do you think that, do you think that feminism is ruining the dating world, ruining dating for women? Because like I said in my video, I feel like it's mostly advantageous for men. They're using it against women. And so let me know how you guys feel about that. I would love to hear you guys weigh in. Like I said, if you want to hear more of my thoughts and opinions on life and love, consider purchasing one of my books. The first one's called The Dating Game, How to Find Yourself While Looking for Mr. Right. My second book, Breaking the Man Code, The Key to Unlocking His Heart. And my third book, Getting Unstuck, How to Create the Life You've Always Wanted to Live. They're all available on Amazon, Kindle, BarnesandNoble.com. I'll link all three of my books below so you guys can check them out. And if you like this video, you'll love my last one. I'll do you a favor and I'll link it for you right here. And be sure to subscribe right here. Till next time, later divas and dudes. This is Honey.